Welcome, students. Today, let's take a journey through ancient Indian history. From the days of early humans to the rise of mighty empires. In the phase one, is prehistoric period, the Stone Age. This is the time before writing was invented. Humans lived in forest and used stone tools. Here it is a Paleolithic age from 5 lakh BC to 10,000 BC, where early humans hunted and gathered food. Mesolithic age from 10,000 BC to 6000 BC, where tools became sharper and domestication of animals began. Neolithic age, 6000 BC to 3000 BC, where agriculture started. People lived in huts and pottery was made. We call this prehistoric age as there are no written records. In the phase two proto-history, the Indus Valley civilization now begins the time of urban culture. Though people lived in cities, we can't yet read the script. The Indus Valley civilization started at 2600 BC to 800 BCE. Cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro had proper drainage, trade, and seals. The Chalcolithic age, 1800 BCE to 1500 BCE, where the copper tools are used here. This is called the proto-history because the script exists, but it is not deciphered. In phase 3, Vedic period, the dawn of written history. This is the beginning of recorded history in India. With the coming of Aryans and composition of the Vedas, early Vedic age, 1500 BC to 1000 BC, where the life was simple, tribal, and centered around the cattle. Later Vedic age, 1000 BC to 600 BC, use of iron tools began, kingship rituals and large kingdoms are emerged. The Rig Veda, the oldest text of India, was composed during this time. In the phase 4, the 6th century BCE, age of transformation. Now, India sees major changes, that is 16 Mahajanapadas, powerful kingdoms like Magadha, Kosala, and Avanti. Religious reforms arise. Gautam Buddha, founder of Buddhism, Mahavira, founder of Jainism, Ajivika's a third reform group. This was the beginning of the philosophy and new ways of thinking. Coming to the phase 5, rise of Magadha and the Mauryan Empire. Now we enter the age of large empires where the Haranka dynasty 554 BCE, Shishunga dynasty 412 BCE, Nanda dynasty 344 BCE, and then came the greatest of them, the Mauryan Empire in 322 BCE, founded by Chandragupta Maurya and guided by Chanukya, the most famous ruler Ashoka the Great, who embraced the peace after war. After completion of the phase 5, phase 6, post-Mauryan India. After the Mauryas, India saw many rulers, both India and foreign, Shushangas and Kanavas, native Indian dynasties, Indo-Greeks, Shakas, Parthihans, Kushans, who came from outside the ruled parts of India. This was a mixed time of warfare and cultural exchange. Phase 7, the Gupta age, India's golden era. From 319 to 550 CE, India reached its culture peak. Chandragupta I, Samudragupta, and Chandragupta II, Vikramaditya, brought peace, prosperity, and growth in science, mathematics, and literature. This is rightly called the golden age of ancient India. Coming to the phase 8, regional dynasties after the Guptas. After the Gupta Empire declined, smaller kingdoms arose. Pushpati dynasty with Harshavardhana as its famous ruler, Palas, Partihars, and Rashtrakutas ruled different regions across the Indian subcontinent. Phase 9, South Indian dynasty, the Sangam age and beyond. In the south, the Sangam age 200 BC to 600 CE flourished. Cholas, Cheras, Pandyas ruled and supported Tamil literature. Later, two more great dynasties emerged, Pallavas, Chalukyas around 600 CE, and finally the mighty imperial Cholas around 850 CE, who built temples, developed trade, and ruled over Southeast Asia to conclusion. And that, students, is our complete timeline of ancient Indian history. And from early stone tools to the mighty Chola Empire, each phase shaped India's society, thought, and culture. And that's why history is not just about dates, it's a story of transformations. In our next session, we will all dive deeper into the each civilization and dynasty. Until then, keep revising, stay curious, and remember history is not just the past, it's our guide to the future. Have a nice day. Thank you. Bye bye.